Hi Laura, Mr. Sheridan here. So I have downloaded Flat on my phone and I've played around with it a little bit. I have figured out exactly what we need to do. Yeah, so putting music in is different on the mobile app than it is on the website, so I understand the struggle you've had. Also, I do just want to let you know, I'm not sure what kind of phone you're recording with, or what you're working with. I have an Android phone, so I just want you to know things might look slightly different on your end than they do on mine. But anyway, so this is Flat. I have signed into my account. And I'm just going to do this video quickly to show you what you're going to need to do to make this work. So I'm going to go up to New Score. Now I already have something called Chorale in C, so I'm just going to name this one Chorale and hit continue. We have to press this blue add button to add instruments to the score. We have to go to keyboards and grand piano because that's what we're working with. Once you have grand piano, just go ahead and click create down at the bottom. So now here we are looking at this blank music. So far, this is pretty similar to what we have on the desktop, but the thing is we don't have a mouse to be able to point and click at notes. So we actually have to use the keyboard down here at the bottom of the screen to be able to input music, which is fine and it's easy for me to use, but you're not someone who's as familiar with a keyboard. But I'm just going to show you what we need to do. So we have that first note selected, or that first chord arrest selected. Let's select half note down towards the bottom. It has changed to a half rest. And in order, we have to add C, and specifically click on C4. That's the C that's right underneath the treble clef staff that we want to work with. Next up, we're going to do F4. G4 is after that. And finally, let's go up to C5 for that high C at the end. So far, this is what we did in the first video from today's assignment. What I'm going to do now is just keep going through the same process that we did and go from there. This is admittedly a little harder with the phone. It's much easier to just be able to point and click, but this is what we're working with right now. In the second video, we built chords on top of all of these notes. So I'm going to go to the C. Now to build chords, we have to sack thirds. E is a third above C. Now the only thing is it keeps advancing to the next note, which is inconvenient. So I'm going to come back to C and E, click G. So far we have that C major chord. Here we have F, we need an A above that. We also need the C5 above that. For the G, we can see the blue key is selected, showing that we already have that G. Press the B above that, go back to that chord, and press the D above that. So now we have a G chord. And in the videos from today, instead of putting notes up above this high C, I put them down below. So we have C5 on the keyboard. We have to add E4, and we have to add G4. And this is what it sounds like so far. So we've got the outline of the chords that we need. The third step was to go to the bass clef, and once again we're going to switch to half notes. We have to scroll down the keyboard here. I did not mean to actually enter that note. If you look right above, so we have half note selected here, move your eyes over to the eighth note, you look right above that, there's the backspace key. If you tap that, that'll take us back. Sorry, what I was trying to do was slide this keyboard down because we need to be at a lower part in the keyboard to be in bass clef. We're going to start with C3. Oh, I'm sorry, we are no longer in quarter notes, or half notes. Now we are in half notes, so now this should work. Okay, so we have a C. Oh, that took it away. I'm sorry, this is a struggle for me too. Okay, let's make sure we're on half notes first. C3, go to F2, which is beneath that. Next up is G2, and one more time, C3. Now, if you watch the videos, I'm not going to go through and explain the rationale for moving around all these notes again. I'm just going to do it for you. I'll explain what I'm doing, but not why I'm doing it this first time. But to fix the mistakes that we had, I'm just zooming in to get a slightly better look. To fix the mistakes we had, we have to do what we call revoicing this chord. what that entailed for these chords. For the first chord, what we do is we have to add a C5 to the top. We have to get rid of the C4 at the bottom and get rid of the G4 in the middle. And then down in the bass clef, we have C3. We need to have G3 above that. So our first chord now looks like this and it sounds like this. And I'm not sure if you can hear my dog barking in the background. I hope you can't, but I'm sorry if you can. So we have that first chord. Now we have to do the similar stuff with the next chords. In the second chord, we have to get rid of the A4 we have up top. And we're going to come to the bass clef, and we're going to replace that with the A3, which is at the top of the bass clef staff. So now we've done half the chords. For the G chord, in the treble clef, we're actually going to take away the G. We're going to add F4, and then we're going to take away the D5 as well. So in the treble clef, we have F and B. Down in the bass clef, we have G2, and we're going to put, nope, not that. Oh, no. That was stupid. Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry. We have G2. This keeps... Why is it deleting that note? Okay. So we have G2. We're going to add G... I just have to be really careful while scrolling. It keeps thinking I'm just tapping. We have to add G3. And we lost the C that was here, but let's put back C3. And while we're here, let's go ahead and put G3 above that. Nope. We have to stack this. I'm sorry. Okay. I understand your struggles, Alora. Okay, and then for the treble clef on that last chord, all we have to do is tap on that G4 to take that away. So this is what this should look like. This is what this should sound like. Let's go from the beginning. And that's the music we have. Now let's tap above where we have half notes selected. Let's tap on that A. Let's go to the lyrics tool, but we're going to put the lyrics underneath the bass clef. We have capital I for 1 in Roman numerals. Go to the next one. That chord is our capital IV, which is 4 in Roman numerals. The next chord, hit lyrics again, is a 5, capital V7. We call that 5-7. And then finally, let's hit lyrics one more time, and we have a 1. So I hope that this helps. I'm sorry that you are struggling with the internet access and being able to do this on your computer. I'd be happy to help you out with doing flat on my phone as much as possible for when I'm asking you to do flat. If you have any other questions, let me know. Like I said, I'll be happy to help you anytime in any way that I can. I hope this helps. Have a good day.